And it looks like we're live. Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Thank you all for coming out. We have an impromptu live stream right now. Whether people come out or not, that's going to be to a little bit different, right? That's going to be said, but we're going to see. Oh no, we're glitching up today. We're glitching up. Okay, looks like we got it here. So, how are you guys doing? Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this, right? Whenever you're watching this. I want to just make sure that we get this here. This is a subscriber stream only. We've been getting trolls on this channel, so you cannot comment in the live stream if you're watching this on the live unless you are subscribed. And it says it right here that you got to be subscribed for at least 10 minutes. We want to make sure that we keep the trolls down to a minimum, not because of this topic, but I actually am just going to have start doing that because it's just too many people starting to troll out and they keep making all these fake accounts. So, hey, look, we going to do that. Then we're going to have members only stream. So that means you got to pay a small subscriber fee. I understand if most people don't want to do that, but we're going to start doing some of those pretty soon because we're getting way too many trolls. Leonardo, good morning. Good morning. Shout out to you. Now, today's topic, as you saw from the title, this is the World Record Watch. So I'm going to start doing a series about World Record Watch. Yes, we could do the 400 hurdles again. We can do that for the men and the women, right? So this version of the World Record Watch, we're talking about Elaine Thompson-Herah versus Christine Mboma. Now, we could add Gabby Thomas to this one, and I think that would be fair enough to say because, I mean, a world record is different from winning a championship. This is what I said on the last World Record Watch video. But for the people that may be seeing this, a world record is definitely different from a championship. So we're not expecting, this is not a video about who could win at a championship. This is about a potential one-off race. It could be at a championship final. It could be in the prelims or semis or something. I've seen semis where they actually could break a world record, right? But then in the finals, they don't necessarily get that. So right now, without further ado, that's the topic that we're talking about. And don't forget, as always, to kiss the diamond. That means you spread the wealth out. You smash the like button, subscribe, and you comment. And the wealth comes back to you. I like to thank all of these streams are brought to you by viewers like yourself. And I just noticed on PayPal, there have been some people that have been dropping pretty big bags. So I like to shout out to them. Israel is one of them. HG2H, I guess that's, I don't know what that stands for. Maybe it's a product line that you have there. Shout out to you. And then also I caught you very late the last time on the Cash App. I won't be able to shout out everybody every single time, to be fair, but I like to at least shout out the regular people. Daryl Richardson, if you're here today, I like to shout you out there from the last time that you did that. I didn't get to shout you out. But anyway, thank you all for supporting this channel as always. So let's do this. Let's do this. Don't forget to check out the live stream. It was actually day 1 and 2 of Zagreb, which was the last Continental Tour Gold meeting that we just went over just a few days ago. Don't forget to check out those. And as always, the Athletics and Chill, that's going to be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I thought today was Friday already, but it wasn't. So today's topic, like I said, who do you think could get the world record first? Let's get into it right now. Hold on just a second. Where is this at? Where is this at? Oh my goodness, I forgot how to take this off the screen. Here we go. There we go. So here, I like to give the stats of each person, as we always do. I'm going to go over Gabby Thomas here as well, because she's somebody that could potentially do it. We're going to come to a conclusion at the end of this, but I would say that Elaine Thompson-Herah probably has a greater chance of doing it. And this is all about who does it first. It doesn't mean that the world record settles on this person. And I like to make this disclaimer here, because I know we're going to have some people that might complain and whatnot. If this is just speculation. There's no guarantee that a person, any athlete, man or woman, it doesn't matter, any athlete, that they'll be guaranteed to have their form the following year just because they're doing well this year. Okay, that's what I would like to point out here. So just because they're doing well this season doesn't mean that they can do it the next season. We saw that Elaine Thompson-Herah went through her patch of injuries. So let's go to Gabby Thomas first. Since she's not in the title, let's cover her first. And you guys let me know what you want to talk about here. We're going to go over each athlete, give them their time. You guys comment here. I'm not sure. Are you guys buffering out there? Because it's been saying it's been an error here. And then Leonardo, I'm surprised you retracted your message after you said good morning. But okay. Here we go. Gabby Thomas. And like I said, this is subscriber mode only. You got to be subscribed for at least 10 minutes in order to comment. That at least will reduce some of the trolls that come out. And if you want to argue and disagree, you surely can come in and do a call-in. This is actually open to a call-in on this stream. So if you want to do the Zoom, I'm going to drop the Zoom link a little bit later, and the phone number, especially if you're in the US. If you want to be able to call it, or you have international calling too, I'm going to drop both of those for you. So here's Gabby Thomas. We're going to go over her stats. Being at the Olympics or something is irrelevant for this conversation. We go over the personal best here. We're going to go over each one of their times and break them down. We're going to need the 60, the 100, if we can get the 150 and even the 400 to kind of come to this conclusion about whether they can get that elusive world record, right? Lisa Blackman said Mboma can't beat Elaine Thompson-Herah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to come to this conclusion later on. This isn't about beating Elaine Thompson-Herah. This is about the athletes being able to get the world record. Because just because somebody's faster on paper doesn't mean that when they line up. Carmelita Jeter proved that when she lined up against Shelly Ann Fraser-Price for the most part. Most of the time they lined up at a championship, Carmelita Jeter was not going to come out on top. But yet on paper, she was faster than her, right? We got Kenny Harrison. She's the fastest 100 hurdler in the history of that at the time of this recording on September 16th, 2021. But she didn't get an Olympic gold medal. There's always times like that. This isn't about who can beat the other person. This is about who gets the world record. Those are two totally different conversations because they may not even be in the same race together for that to happen, to be fair. So here we are. Let's see if she has an indoor 60-meter time. So Gabby Thomas, her indoor 60-meter time, 7.21. So that's not as quick as Elaine Thompson-Herah. She's under 7, but let's just go over this. So 7.21, 60 meters. We're going to go over the progression in a second. All right. Then we go over here to the 100. She's 11 flat. That was set this year. Okay, fair enough. 11 flat. But then here's the thing right here. Let's look at her 60-meter time. Now the 60-meter time, I don't know if that, and it was a flat win. I don't think. You see, you add on 50 more meters and you basically added on about 6 seconds on there, right? You added about 6 seconds because it's almost 17 seconds between here. And then from going from there to 21.61, you see the difference too. Now, I don't know if that would be her max ability because I would like to see her do a 150 this year. Remember, that was the off year. And so a lot of athletic performances weren't at the top tier. I don't know how this is going to translate to her, but I can tell you this. Is that she got some massive speed endurance, even if it was for that one-time boost at the Olympic trials, right? She got some massive speed endurance to only do 11 seconds in the 100 and then come away with a 21.61. It didn't even matter if she was a 10.98, 10.95. In order to come through at this 21.61, if you think about it, that's faster than Elaine Thompson-Herah did when she was even faster. I think she was a 10.87. So we're going to see this. That's why I said we got to look at all the athletes here. Now let's look at her 400. All right, her 400. We're going to see how they all stack up. 51.15. Now that was set this year too. This was about a month before her PR in the 100. about 2 weeks before PR in the 100, and then a month before her PR in the 200, which she got several, right? She was getting PR after PR after PR, 3 of them in a row, and here you go, a 51.15. That's a fair time. I think that's faster than Elaine Thompson-Herah. So we're looking at that. Let's look at the progression as we need to do here, right? So the 60 meter, that's the only performance we got for the outdoor. Let's look at the indoor 60. And we do know that, I'm not sure if everybody else knows, but I believe that she was struggling through injury at some point. Now she's a little more healthy. Now she's able to focus on track and field more because, you know, the studies and everything like that. So I think that's where it's coming here, because you can see her 60 meter performances kind of going up and down. Like it was 7.25, and then it took her until this year to get a new PR, right? So now let's go over to her 100 performances and see how those go. So a 100, 11:30, 24, 19, 10. So it's a smooth progression down to an 11 flat. All right, a smooth progression down, a little bit better than her 60 meter is going. Right? All right, so now, and this is the only performance we got for a 150. Now let's look at a 200. Lisa Blackman said, Jamrock always comes ready. It's gonna depend on how Gabby Thomas is doing, but in Eugene that track is extremely fast. They just remodeled it. Mboma or Elaine Thompson-Herah can break it. Yeah, if the track is fast, yeah, I don't know if I would say it's faster than Tokyo though. If we look at that, but we will be able to see performances. I would just say, if anything, hey, look, it's probably around the same as a Tokyo track as far as the fast and everything. But yeah, I would say it's a fast track. And here we go. Let's look at the 200 performances. So she's at a 22.47, comes up a little bit. She's going up and down. Like I said, in her 200, I believe that she went through some kind of injury. Somebody else, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what happened. Now, it didn't seem to affect her 100 as much. Maybe because that's a straight line, and whatever the injury was, it gets aggravated. That's why you see a lot of pros, if there are 200, 100 runners, a lot of them go over and stick to the 100s, particularly on the men's side. You saw that with Tyson Gay, Justin Gatlin, Usain Bolt. You see that, even though I thought Bolt would have had a better chance in the 200 than he would, just because of the dominating performances and how open it is. But that's probably why the 200 is so open, because so many people just go to the 100. So maybe whatever it was, she could run better in the 100 than the 200, but it took until this year for her to break it, and she really struggled. The lockdown year, I kind of give that a pass for everybody. 2020, even if you got a world record or a great time in there, like a 150, where she had a decent time in that, then okay. But for most part, I don't even look at those as seriously, right? It's not enough time for most athletes. Now here, the 22.69, that is crazy slow compared to what she should have been doing. And this was in Lausanne. So something was going on that year where she was struggling. So here's her time, 21.61. What do I think that she can do? Here's a progression here, 55 down to 51. She's made major jumps, if you think about it. Major jumps. And she used to do long jump and triple jump and other things like that. Let's go here. I'm not going to come to the conclusion until I go over all the athletes today. So, here we go. Now, we're going over to Christine Mboma. Now, a lot of people, they over here, there's a lot of, maybe they're looking like, huh? That's what they're doing. That's why it's all controversial. We don't know right now. I'm covering it. I'm covering this as it is. Christine Mboma is allowed to compete in this event. There is no word that Christine Mboma is a man. So for the people that keep saying that, unless you have proof or something, I'm just going to assume that you're a troll. Nobody was saying that Mboma was a man exactly when Christine, let's see, ran that 48.54 It was more like, wow, this young girl is running fast. I didn't see any comments there. I went back on that video and you could see during the time there were no comments. When she ran a 49, was it 49.24? I think just the day before or something like that, or a couple of days before. Nobody was saying anything. And this is very, very interesting, which I find very contradictory from world athletics in general. Let's look at the results. Actually, so let's look at the personal best. The 49.22, right? Now, they wiped her away on the rankings this year. Now, this is very, very strange to me. This is real strange. This is suspect on behalf of the world athletics. Now, why the hell? Why the bloody hell? And I don't care if the word hell gets me demonetized. I really don't care. That's why I love you guys that are supporting me. Why the hell is... Oh, so this proves right here. Okay. Now, for people that were wondering, okay, so Mboma is a DSD athlete, and this is even showing me something. When they get banned, quote unquote banned from competing in these events, I don't know if the paperwork didn't go through or something officially at June 30th or something like that, but I thought that time would be gone. So this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. You know why? Number one, why is this mark is the only one that's taken away? It's not like having high testosterone just was over after that. So that definitely tells me, all right, the 48, because anybody that's a drug cheat, you know, already know. They get that time right there, and anyone after that within that period of time, right? That's getting wiped away. Why is it that this one was wiped away? The 48, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. The 48.54 is right here. Never mind. But why is this one right here from South Africa wiped away? Please, somebody tell me. Why is this mark wiped away? I need to know this because I have questions about this. Why aren't any of these times wiped away? I mean, she's still a DSD athlete as it stands right now. This is really, see, when people say, don't talk politics in track and field, it hurts my feelings. It doesn't belong there. Here's politics right here on your face. What do you got to say about that? Politics said, let's wipe away this performance. DSD banned, but yet performance after that, time still valid. Time still valid. We see this in real time. This is world athletics. Hold on. Let me zoom out real quick. This is not me doing a spoof site. Let me refresh this page real quick. You see world athletics on the top. Let me refresh this page. I still got the screen of when she had the world lead in time. Now, if people saying it's not any politics about it, you've been proven wrong over and over. I don't know how many times you got to be wrong before we stop listening to you. It's like Fox News, CNN, or any of those mainstream media. How many times they got to be wrong, or any of these politicians? How many times they got to be wrong until you just say, okay, you know what? I really just voted for him because I like this particular one policy, but I don't co-sign with much or anything else. Can we get some nuance? It's not got to be you got to support everything. Or how many times we got to stop taking them seriously? It's wrong. Now let's go real quick. Since I just noticed this one right here, I got my notes on what they've run, but I actually didn't go on to that until just now. I did not notice that until just now. I know that it was wiped away on the women's 400 overall. Let's see if that's back up there. Since that time is back there, I remember that was wiped away. Lisa Blackman said, I have a bad feeling they're going to do her like they did Semenya, and that is going to be tragic. It's not like she's doping. Shaking my head. They said track and field is loaded with politics. Exactly. Okay, so now Christine Mboma, they did not put the 48.54 there, but they got her ranked third in the world. See, here go the politics again. This is some bullshit again. Oops, wait a minute. Let me look at my stream. It's already been demonetized. Thank you very much. You're welcome, guys. Look, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Before we get even back into topic, just for a second, real quick, you see how strong this politics is? Shouldn't a 48.54 be number 2? They that petty. They that petty. They don't want to give the 48.54. Why? Oh, because it's a world U20 record. So they said, wait a minute, let's just roll this one back. Let's roll it back. DSD. Okay, so the other times count? That's just stupid. No, it don't even make sense. And when you go on her page, when you go on the page, this is even crazy. Wait a minute, let me zoom in for you guys. I'm gonna get back on topic in just a second. But when you go on the page, we all just saw the 48.54. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was from Poland. Yet, why are they putting this time here? And I told y'all they've done this with other athletes too. See, the way World Athletics and other federations treat their athletes and everything are different. Even Brianna Williams' time was taken off of this, but the USA recognized it. See, this is where it's not organized in track and field. You all think that it's all one body. And yes, World Athletics might be over it as a governing body overall, but there's the United States Federation, the Jamaican Federation. There are so many different federations, and they have different rules. Just like the drug testing stuff. In Jamaica, drug testing does not occur that often. Even they had admitted it was once a year during the Usain Bolt era. But everybody wants to say everybody else is cheating, not us. I know I got a large Jamaican contingency here. You're probably not going to like it. You're going to probably press unsubscribe. I just got to say it like it is. There are so many athletes that are using performance-enhancing drugs that I just don't care. That's why y'all haven't seen me do a post about it. We got people doing posts on it. I don't care. It brings, to me, it's bringing too much drama. Now, I will do one video on it, but I'm not going to freaking make video after video after video. That's not my interest. I don't care for it. I like to do it when I think somebody's targeted or something like that. But the other stuff about, oh, here's the drug bust, other than the CJ Uja thing because of the Great Britain stuff, I don't really try to do that. But here it is. You see it right in front of your face. Christine Mboma got a 48.54, and yet they only put this here. Now let's get back on topic. I didn't meandered a little bit much on that one. So here we go. So we're looking at all of those marks. Here's the 48.54 done in Poland. You know, even if the South Africa, okay, don't count whatever time that was, which I even forgot at this point. But the 48.54 is faster than the 49. Okay. Now let's look at the personal best here. Let's look at the personal best. Okay. 21.78. Do we got a 60-meter time? No. Nope. Hey, you run 800 to 1500, running all different events, right? All different events. Okay. U20 national record here, 4x1 for Namibia in general. Okay, cool. So let's go here. So this is a world U20 record, right? This beats Richardson's time because Richardson had the U20 world record, but she had already beaten Richardson's time before. But this is just again and again, right? Let's see. D'Angelo said, so Shelly can't break the record. LOL. We might get into Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, but no. She's too far. No. I don't see it. If she somehow gets the record, she gonna surprise me. Do y'all really think, let me ask all of y'all, do y'all think that Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, let me just ask this real quick. Do y'all think Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is gonna break this 200 record? Do y'all look at her and say, you know what? Over the years, she's been struggling to do it. She broke 22 seconds for the first time this year. She can fly over mountains and jump over the moon now, and she can break the 200 world record. I don't think so. She got a better shot at running sub 50 in the 400 than she got at breaking the 200 world record right now. All right. So that's what I got. That's my opinion right here. Now let's go back to this. So oh yeah, wait a minute. So 21.78. Okay, cool. 49.22. We all know that is really 48.54. Okay, 48.54. Whether it's DSD or not, we know it's 48.54. That's going to be an important mark here. Uh-oh, I just got to click on here. Are you guys buffering? So 48.54. We don't really have a 100 time Because people are saying, well, Mboma can break the 100. Well, it looks like Mboma ain't running 100. Miscellaneous is, or Miscellaneous is, but Mboma is not. So they said, nah, but a 21:33. So near the world record. Come on now. I don't even think so. Nope. It's fat chance. I can't see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce doing it at all. So let's go back over here now to Elaine Thompson-Herah. Let's go back to Elaine Thompson-Herah and look at that. So this is keeping in mind. Let's change the events. Back to the 200. Be very interesting to see them over the 300. I would like to see a race like that. Now that would be an entertaining one. We might even throw Shericka Jackson in the mix, but I don't know. That might be a little early for that. So Elaine Thompson-Herah, all right, she's done a double-double and all of these good things and whatnot. So let's see. Personal best. Let's look down to the 60. So she's broken 7, 6.98. Lisa Blackman said, no, I don't think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce could break the world record in the 200. All right, there we go. Okay, so she's 6.98 in the 60-meter dash. Okay, we all know she's very close to the world record in closest relative, right, in the 100. 10.54. Even though I think the 100 world record might be a little bit suspect with the win, not the drug use. For everybody that keeps saying FloJo or anybody else is on drugs, and yet if you can't acknowledge that some Jamaicans can be on drugs, I really don't even want to have that conversation, because most athletes in most sports are on things, and if you can't prove it, it's no use of even arguing it. That's like an accusation that ruins somebody's life. I don't like accusations on this channel, and when I see those comments there, I'm just like, man, people's nationalism is crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So 10.54, 21:53. As we know, she's the closest one to the world record here. Then a 55, 55. Oh my goodness, 55.88. Isn't this worse than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? Oh my goodness, where's her speed endurance for this? Where's her speed endurance going? I want to see her do it this year to see, because this was in 2019. We know she was still struggling with some stuff that year. 55.88. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we can't judge her off of that at all. That's just too slow. Now, what do I think all of them? Oh, I forgot the progression. The progression here. I think I forgot to do that with Mboma, but she's an 18, so that's really not that much to go back off of, really. That's the outdoor 60. Here's the 100. We see her progression here. Remember, I said that she ran a 10.84 and then a 21.66, right? 21.66. Gabby Thomas ran an 11-second and then a 21.61. That's some massive speed endurance, right? That means she's able, even though she can't get out as a start that's as quick, right? She can come up in her second half of the race. That's telling me a lot. Y'all got to see this right here. That's why I said Gabby Thomas needs to be in the conversation too, because if she can improve her 100, well, we got a competition on our hands for that world record or something in that 200, because she got massive speed endurance. See, this is why I brought this up earlier. So we see the progression, 21.66, and now she's gotten about a tenth and a half faster, right this year. So it took her 6 years, because she's been struggling with some injury, and really she wasn't struggling with injury in Rio, so she didn't get a PR that year. She had struggled with it this in 2017, and then it was on and off. It affected her training more than it did at the rounds, really, or in the championships. But you gotta think, that's massive speed endurance. And so when it comes down to it, who do I think is going to get the world record? This is what I think goes down. So everybody is chasing FloJo's record, and let's put that on the screen. Matter of fact. Oh, World Athletics Cross Country Championships. That's been postponed to 2023. I hope they find another spot to do that in, because, yeah. Let me bring this up. Let's bring up the record so we can look at it in real time. We all know what the records are. They said FloJo ran 10.54 in in 1988 to get gold. So ETH could do it. In 2019, Elaine Thompson-Herah had the Achilles injury. LOL. Lisa Blackman said. Oh, so, but that 1054 was never wind legal. That was a wind assisted time. That was a wind assisted. Matter of fact, let's click this right here and go back to there. They said Carl Johnson said Thomas will never run that fast again, in my opinion. Audrey Davis said Mboma says she plans to try the 100-meter in the next year or two just to see what happens. Well, this gonna be some stuff. Let's look at the progression here. Hold on a second. That was a wind assisted time, so this does have our last results. See, it was a 3.0. This was a 3.0. So that's why I remember that one. Even the semifinals weren't wind legal, right? And remember back then, this shows you right here, they had to run 4 rounds. Okay, they had to run 4 freaking rounds back then. This is why I even give them even more props back then. For them getting through 4 rounds, more pounding on their body, the 100 and 200, 400, the 10,000 had to go through 2 rounds, a semis and a finals. The 5K had an extra round in it. All these athletes, and you think about the times, some of them, if they were still competing back then, this is a quick shout out to all the athletes competing back in the 80s and the 70s and before, where they had to go through an extra whole round at the World Championships and at the Olympics, and they still blasted some booty and ran fast times. That's a shout out to the men and the women that had to go through all of these extra rounds. Because look at this. You doing all of that pounding on your body and you still cranking that out? Just imagine they had 1 less round on each one. Just imagine she had 1 less round. Do you think this 21:34 could have been a little bit faster? Just potentially could have been a little bit faster. Man, that's crazy. But yeah, I will give you that one. Although that 1054 wasn't wind legal, she still was able to blast out some quick times, right? So 21:34. We see it on the screen here. Let's zoom in for the people that you asked me to zoom in a lot. So here, 21:34 for the 200. That's what we're talking about, the subject today. Let me see. D'Angelo says Gabby can run 21.6 again if she get her 100 time down. Lisa Blackman said Elaine Thompson-Herah was hurt in 2017. And then Blackman said, hey, I got to defend anybody try to run that 400. Law, I tried it and nah. Dang, Lisa. You said nope. Hey, look, you know what? The 400, if I had to do it, you know what? 400 repeats in practice for me, I've had to do 24 400 repeats with 60 seconds rest. Man, just imagine trying to do that. Now, the 400 is like doing a mile, in my opinion, as somebody that's done over that, like 10K, 5K. Man, 10K, I don't even want to do that again. That was just because of team and whatever, cross country, college, whatever. But yeah, doing mile repeats and 400 repeats are about equivalent in my mind. As a distance runner, the 400 is like the same thing. And the 400 for the short sprints, oh my goodness, yeah, the 400 ain't nothing to mess with. That's crazy. Carl Johnson, you retracted your message. But yeah, so let me get here. So who do I think will get this? Let me do one more honorable mention real quick. Let's bring her into the conversation. Let's bring her into the conversation right here. Let's bring in Shericka Jackson, right? So I really just can't see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I can see Shericka Jackson because of her strength coming in here and then maybe doing something. She's got enough time to do it. But Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she's going into the twilight of her career, right? So I don't know. Let's look at her personal best. So let me look at her 60, no 60. We don't know what the win reading was, so that doesn't count. The 100, 1076, we know that. 2181, okay. 4947. So she's about the second best out of all the women that we said here in the 400. So I think that plays some part on some of her strength. Now, I think she could have ran faster than the 2182 she did earlier this year. and she's just more so on the tail end and tired. For her to get a new PR and she's tiring out and puttering out in the 100, she's running 10-9s now. I think that says a lot, that if she would have made it into the finals at Tokyo, that 21-81 might not have been there. Could have been a 21-6. Could have been a 21-7. I had a peg that 21-7-4 or so. But they said Elaine, Mark Beck said Elaine can run 21-30 at the World Championships. Yeah, and especially if Oregon is a fast track. Oh, by the way, Oregon is not Mondo. It's a different track. It's a different surface. It's not Mondo, right? That is a different company that does that. Mondo is a company. It's not a surface. Mondo is where they bring in the track and they roll it out and they put it up. But the Oregon track is where they pour a mixture in and it dries, or they got to heat it and it dries up. And then that's the type of track. It's at Texas, University of Texas, I think, Texas A&M. A lot of the SEC for NCAA has that, and a lot of collegiate ones. These things, they claim last 30 years. Like, they got stuff that's up 30 years. That's how long these tracks are lasting, and they still ticking at just about the same efficiency. Whereas Mondo tracks, you got to keep maintenance in them and other things. Now, I don't know how their claim is, if it's real. I just went by the marketing material and the things that they give out for, you know, expanding their business. So I would like to make a 400 track with both of the surfaces, have people compete on both, and make them next to each other, right? And see what happens. Now, they said, man, y'all really don't believe in Shelly. I don't know, D'Angelo. Can you speak up for her? So, yeah, what do y'all think here? Let me ask y'all, who do y'all think out of the people that I mentioned here? And if you want to, let me do this. Let me add in the call-in aspect. This is a conversation that we can have here. Who do you all think could take this record out of everybody that I mentioned? Elaine Thompson-Herah. I was about to say Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Why you, man, D'Angelo, you got Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price in my head. Get out of here with that. Christine Mboma, Gabby Thomas, or Shericka Jackson? Or is it somebody else? Maybe you do think that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price could do it. Can y'all drop this in the comment section here? And I notice I put the stream for subscribers only. We ain't getting all of those other conversations that we normally have. So that I can tell that that's a deterrent here. That's good. So let me do this. I'm going to share this. Let's do this. Let's invite here. I'm going to drop that. If you want to call in, the lines are now open. Here you go. The lines are now open. Carl Johnson said she's a low 22s consistently. She's tough. I'm a huge Gabby Thomas fan, but she peaked in the 200 that day. Shocked the world. Trust me, it won't happen again. Now, Mboma is another story. Hashtag world record. All right, Carl Johnson thinks that Mboma can get that world record. So let's say D'Angelo said best chances are Elaine, Mboma, and Gabby. Paul Crombie said Shelly has said that she hates the 200. I think Elaine Thompson-Herah will take it. Dave, she hate the 200. I know she said she hate the 400. Every time people talk up to her about the 400, she's ready to. She rolling her eyes and everything. She's literally looking at them like they crazy. Wow, that's crazy that she says she hates the 200 too. Wow, she probably looking like this. Oh no, wait a minute. This is the wrong one here. But she's definitely looking like, wait a minute, what? So that's crazy. I never knew that. That's some information to me. But okay, cool. With that being said, let's get to the meat of the subject. What I think is going to happen about who gets it first. Remember, the topic is who gets it first. I actually think two people can actually get this world record. You know, I think that Elaine Thompson-Herah and Christine Mboma they both can get this world record. But here is what I think is gonna This is what I think is going to happen. I think that Elaine Thompson-Herah might actually break the record first. I think that she may wind up being on either the tail end or she is retired. And then Mboma is going to break the world record after that. I don't see anybody else in the range of doing it. Maybe Gabby Thomas actually is in there. Here's the other scenario. To be fair. I'm not sure how Shericka Jackson is going to do her progression. I'm starting to get a whole bunch of errors on my computer. I don't know. It is here. I think that when it all is said and done, the people that most likely can get it will be Elaine Thompson-Herah, Gabby Thomas, and Christine Mboma. Shericka Jackson, at this current point in time, I don't see her translating as well over her times over to the 200. I think that might be a little bit weaker for her. She's got to figure out how to get her start and eat up that curve a little bit better than she normally does. And also get that for a fast time. I don't see it translating over. But I can see a one-off race from Gabby Thomas. Now, I find it highly unlikely she going to be able to. I agree with Carl Johnson. I find it very highly unlikely that she's going to come out to do that time again. But it's possible still. It's still possible. But she's going to have to work on, okay, how do I claw in at the end and maintain my speed and then pull away from the other ladies in the field, right? Now, if you get a peak Elaine Thompson-Herah and a peak Christine Mboma in the same race, she might actually be able to claw down Elaine Thompson-Herah and then be able to obliterate her and get that world record, right? They said, Carl Johnson said, Mboma can beat Elaine Thompson-Herah. Remember, you heard it from me. Oh, yeah, I think she can beat her as well. I think on most days she probably won't be able to. They said 200, of course. Never in the 100. Yeah, the 100 is a lot harder. And can we do a quick thing here with Shelly Ann Fraser-Price in the 100? Why is Adegoke running slower than Shelly Ann Fraser-Price now? I'm really just disappointed at Adegoke of Nigeria. Like, what the heck is going on? Is he injured? Did somebody tell him not to run, but he's coming out there to collect checks? Like, he's doing that. But, yeah, anyway. So, Mark Beck said, I am definitely looking forward to Jackson at the World Championship. With her fresh, I think she can break that record. I think 3 women will go below the record in 2022. Hey, Mark Beck said it first. He said he thinks 3 women. Shout out to you. That's a bold prediction there. You said you think 3 women can go below the record in 2022. This gonna be crazy if that happens. Because I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna follow you out. Matter of fact, I'm writing it down now. Mark Beck, because of that prediction there. Let me write this down in my notes. Everybody hears this. It's a recording. Y'all can download this. Because of what you just said there, I will give you $1,000. I will give you $1,000 if 3 women, I don't care what 3, it don't even matter if it's a different 3. If 3 women go under the world record, y'all hear this right now in 2022, at any point in 2022, they don't have to do it at the same time. It could be one at the beginning of the season, one at the end, one at the championship. Don't matter. I think that if you get that, I'm gonna give you $1,000. Now it's gonna be in crypto. That's how I operate. I operate in crypto. So y'all heard it here right now. Mark Beck, I'm gonna give you 1K. Let me do this now. Look, you about to hide them spam people. I need you to get in the Discord because you're gonna have people with fake accounts. They're gonna be like, yeah, let me collect that. Let me make a fake Mark Beck account and whatnot, and then they're gonna try to copy that. So I need you to either email me now after this stream. Look in the description and let me know that and whatnot. Screenshot your comment right here and then send it to me. And somehow we got to verify it's you, right? And then so that we're in contact already. Either that or get in the Discord because that's what I want to do. So if 3 women go under, I'm giving you $1,000 in crypto. Okay, go under 200 record, world record. There we go. So now back on here. Let's see. Asante said, I think it goes like this. Elaine Thompson-Herah gets close, but Mboma cleans up her technique. That will push Elaine Thompson-Herah to perform at a higher level. At that point, it sets the stage for 50-50. Either way, Prandini could too. Okay, let's see something here. Let's look at here. Jenna Prandini. All right. Jenna Prandini, let's bring her into this conversation. Lisa Blackman says, shaking my head. Nah, bro, I'm cool on the 400. Dang. So let's look at Jenna Prandini. I don't know. Are you serious with Jenna Prandini? Let's look at her, right? Let's look at her. Prandini be running some curves. Let's look at her personal best. Has she broken it? Okay, she's run a 1092. All right, her 1092, 2189. Let's look at her 60 meters indoor, 7.15. She's going to have to improve that a little bit, right? So let's look at her 400, 55, 58. What is up with these these athletes with these 55 seconds? I would expect them, if they could break 22 or run 22 low, why is it not like 52 something, 53, right? I think that should translate to that at the very least. But I'm like, come on now. Come on. Because, yeah, sure, she can run a decent 100 and a fast 200. But gosh dang, what is this 55 thing going on? The 300 record is untouchable, Panache said. Carl Johnson, I would love to see that happen, but that's highly unlikely. 3 women going under the world record is supernatural. Great to see. D'Angelo said, y'all think saying Prandini over Shelly? Y'all just crazy, he said. He said that's Miller Weibo's record, Panache said. Let's look at that. Let's look at that real quick. But I think I came to the conclusion here. This is just a little bit of extra. So let me close down this. So we got nobody calling in on the Zoom, so I'm going to end that one. I'm going to end that one up. I didn't really expect that one, but I wanted to leave the option open just because. Let's see. The women's 400. That'll be easier than me going to the record books thing. Oh, wait a minute. I already got that up over here. Women's 300. Oh, that will be a world best. World best performances. Women outdoor. So it'll be the 300. 34-41. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think if we get Mboma up in this thing, it could be broken. Remember, Mboma is only 18 years old. Like, that's a whole different thing. We just opened up a can of worms with that one. Y'all think that one's going to be untouchable? Oh, no. I think that one is very, very touchable. And I think Mboma can do it, especially with the improved focus on the 200. And they aren't doing it. They said Prandini, the truth. Carl Johnson said, D'Angelo said, Shelly at least run 54. Carl Johnson said 55 is embarrassing. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, really? Y'all can't go faster than 55? They're 55 mid. That means they darn near halfway to 56 seconds. They telling me they can run sub 22, but they can't break 55 seconds. What's going on? What's going on? Panache said, if you've broken 22, you should be able to go anything between 50 and 51 point. But now we see that these Huns running 55s. I know, right? Every time I know they run that, but when I see it in real time, sometimes I just gotta laugh. But I think that this 300 can be taken. Look, Caster Semenya has a 600 world record, or world best, really, is what it is. And so I can't put it past Mboma or Miscellaneous, one of them two, coming up, because there's no guarantee that Miscellaneous is always going to be behind Mboma. That's just no guarantee that that's going to be the case. But if we look at this honestly, I'm going to say that this 34-41 is in jeopardy from Mboma. So, oh, shoot. Let me plug up my laptop. The Frank Wise said Mboma can get the 300. Her personal bests are similar to Miller Weibo's. Oh, yeah. Mboma can definitely take that 34 second. Yeah. I want to see this. This is what I want to see. I want to see the world record for the women's 400 go freaking down. Why is that still up there? Why are there no women regularly? Why isn't the standard for women to be running right now in the 48s? Like more women going 48s. Like 49 shouldn't even be a struggle. It should be like you having a real bad race to run 49 even flat. You should be like the women running 48 lows to 48 mid conversation. It should be like the men, you running a bad race if you running 44 mid. Like you're running a bad race. We can get you with a fair 44 low and still be like, all right, that's good. That's a fast time. It's not a 43 something, but we could get you there, right? That's what we should be at right now. And this record should just be gone. They said, what about Elaine? She can get that 300. Not with her 400. No, I don't see her getting it. Now, yeah, maybe she could come up from the speed thing, just like Asafa Powell can run a fast 300. And we know that he dropped the 200 a long time ago. He dropped the 200 along with his hair. So he said, you know what? My hair's gone. My 200's gone. I'm focusing on drop some decent 300s. So yeah, anything is possible, but their 400s are sad. I don't know. They said, Lisa Blackman, D'Angelo, I love my Shelly Ann. Carl Johnson said, I can agree. So yeah, that's what I think should go. Marita Coke, her record, this needs to go. This needs to go. I need it to go like yesterday. The 200 world record by FloJo, that needs to go. I don't care what nation gets it. I am a neutral party looking at this. I don't care who gets it. I will be happy that it gets wiped away. Why? I have nothing against FloJo. I got really, I don't got anything against her. But one thing I would like to see is, okay, yeah, these records been up for too freaking long. Go. Like, I want to see women being able to run 10.5s and 10.6s, right? 10.6s regularly. That's what I would have liked to see for years. Now my interest is back here, right? Now my interest is back up on this thing. Now that we got this 200 world record, I think that Elaine Thompson-Herah and Christine Mboma, that's my conclusion here, that they are going to get that world record. One of them two are going to get it. And I think Elaine Thompson-Herah gets it first. That's my conclusion. The end of that, once again, for people that's still sticking around and whatnot, we've come to the conclusion. Now we're talking about just records in general. So we ain't hanging you here if you got other stuff to do. They said next year the 400 will be good. Maybe if a thing is there. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just said a thing. Oh, a thing mo. Let's not forget that. Nah, I'm not even going to bring that one in. They said, let me see. Panache said, I think Shanae could have run under 48 this year, or at least 48 flat. Think about it. She burned herself out with those 200. She was injured. Remember, she was taped up, and she was injured to the point where she was crying. You look at the semifinals. She's been injured this year. She just been quiet with it. She didn't necessarily burn herself out in the 200s. I think she wanted to. I don't know if she was seriously trying it. When she went to the final, she didn't even try. She literally went to the final and did a start that looked like a 400, and it looked like she was going through the motions for her 400 to practice for that. And I was like, oh, she fooled everybody. She was like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But she's been hurt. Shanae Miller-Uibo was hurt. And I was like, I remember seeing Shelly Ann Fraser-Price crying in the semifinals in the 100. Remember with a toe? She came up, went on Talu's shoulder and everything. Yeah, she was hurt here. Frank Wise said, yes, the women's 400 has suffered because they are so far off the record. It would be interesting when Nasser comes back. And Panache said, I don't think Elaine could run a 34-second 300. The way they are pushing 55s. Yeah. They said, Panache, especially the women's 800. That record has been there since 83. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this one, I think this one can go. This one is pretty good. Let me go over here real quick. Y'all forgot the USA, a lot of people consume USA's media. So therefore, especially Jamaica. Look, Jamaica, y'all right next to the USA. Understandably, a lot of events y'all may not pay a lot of attention to. Understandably, focus on the sprints and everything like that and whatnot. And somewhat the 800 because y'all got Natoya Gould, right? But aside from that, y'all not really paying attention, a lot of you. Okay, we got to admit something here. We have two athletes that are 19-year-olds that went 1 and 2 in the 800, and there has been yet not really a peep from people hyping up Keely Hodgkinson from Great Britain. Like, think about it. Look at their birthdays. Look at the date of birth. March of 2002, June of 2002. Both of them. This is very interesting. This is very interesting that we're having somebody. If a thing Mo falls off, Hodgkinson gonna be there to challenge her the entire way. Let's not forget about her. Okay, she falls off a little bit, and she's gonna be there to challenge her. Now I'm gonna look over here and consider this one 52.61. So her clearly her 400 is not as strong. Clearly, her 400 is not as strong. So that means she's more on the strength side than the speed side. And apparently this 41 here. Oh, shoot. I really got to plug this in before my stuff dies out. Give me a second. All right. We don't want this dying. Gave him some juice. So this was a hand time right here. So U20, area record, national record, blah, blah, all of that good stuff. National U20 records. And apparently this is the national record in general for Great Britain. So, wow, that's a double. I got to do a video on Keely Hodgkinson. She doesn't really get too much coverage here, but she's coming from the strength side. So this is going to be very interesting. Y'all gotta see this. This 800 duel between them, they're right there. Yeah, she's about a second back, almost a second back on her. They're 155, both of them, so I give them that. And so at the Olympics, she was a little bit slower here. So that was based on the pace. Had they been in the same one here, then yeah, this is because she ran that extra race after at Prefontaine, and so she got a PR there. And I told you, 155 was her max. So let's hear. They said, what happened to Ething Mo's 200 PR? Wait a minute. What do you mean? Let's see. Well, here it is. Here's her PR, 23.63. Wait, did she run faster than that? Oh, what is her PR? She can literally run and win whatever she wants. Nah. Now, she has been running since she was a little kid at AAU. Now, this is why I started announcing for AAU. Because all of the fastest of the fast athletes started to go over there. I remember Indiana Storm and Track Houston. Those teams would go over there. And I'm like, wait a minute. USATF is losing a lot to AAU. Because a lot of people do not like USATF, even at the youth level. Oops. I shouldn't have said that one too loud on the recording. But hey, it is what it is. They don't like them. If they had another league to compete with USATF at the pro level, trust and believe, if it was one big enough, they would go to it in a heartbeat. So here we go. Now, 57. I think that's roughly around where she's at. I really can't see. I don't know if, because people keep saying if she's pushed, she's pushed. She's an athlete, not unlike myself. I can see it at least here. She has a look to her that makes her look more comfortable than what she really is. I've had to coach athletes like this. One particular in the pole vault, several distance runners, and a couple of sprinters. And I can tell you, if you look at them normally, you can see where they're at. Like somebody just looking at them, if you see them regularly, you can see, okay, this is the limit of this athlete. Now, on their face, in their body, they might have these little micro things. If they just run so good a form or so consistent that they don't express it too much. But that 49.57, that's right around where her max ability is. Right? That's right around where her max ability for this year, for this season. Just like I thought 155 was right around her max. People were thinking, oh, she could go to 153 already. She could break that world record. No, I didn't see it. I did not see it. She's been running this for years. What, since she was like 7 or 8 or something like that? So had she had the ability, she probably would have shown that even earlier, right, for this year. It said Keely was also at pre. Yeah, that was my mistake there for the Francois. Let me see. Panache said, well, we just need to pray that Mboma, Knighton, Mo, and Hodgkinson aren't prodigies and fall off in a year or two. I mean, yeah, exactly. I hope that they don't fall off. Because I'll be like, what? I can't see two people falling off in the 800. We got two. Now, I can see one of them falling off in each event, because that happens. Mboma could fall off. Miscellaneous might pick up the slack there. Knighton could fall off. Mo or Hodgkinson could fall off. So I can see that happening. I find it very, very unlikely two in each event could fall off, because I don't see that happening. But they're in different countries. So yeah, it's like how Lyles always looks like he's not going all out, but he will. Yeah, exactly. Lyles looks like he's very relaxed. He comes up and he just looks, but he's going real hard. He got the body type that doesn't show that. He's got the body type that's like, oh, okay, cool, right? Mo just looks like she's used to it already. Think of that. It's like you get groomed from such a young age. Tiger Woods at a young age. Some of these athletes, they're good because they got into it at such a young age. And I think Mo is one of those that benefited from getting in at a very young age. Obviously, tons of other athletes get in at a young age and they don't perform as well. So that's not to take away from her. But then you got other athletes like Kenenisa Bekele that was he ran for 1 year of training and came to the World Cross Country Championships, placed silver. I think he won the youth and then he placed silver at the adult long race or something like that. I think he was basically dominated. He had 1 year of proper training. Somebody saw him and he ran with Haile Gebrselassie. This dude, a teenager, and he went from like nothing to that. It's just wow. So you get some people that are talented and they just boom, and then you get other talented people. They got to be training from young and young and young, and they memorize it and then they perfected their form. At this point, Athing Mu is like one of those perfected form athletes where they didn't got groomed from such a young age. Like her form ain't gonna be changing that much if somebody even tried to work on it. So let me see. D'Angelo said we need to talk about Arian and that 200 men record. You know what? I should probably have this. What do y'all think about me doing this for tomorrow? The Athletic and Chill, because this one is starting to get way off topic now. What do y'all think about me covering some of these topics tomorrow in the Athletics and Chill? Because at first I was going to try to cover the men and women in the, what is that? The men's and women's, what is the, I'm losing it. What's more popular, the men and women of it? Because I did the poll today, and the Athletics and Chill tomorrow was that. But how about we just, for Athletics and Chill, since it's various topics anyway, we could talk about some of these things here. Or maybe I could just continue here. We're already here. Asia Snow, what's going on? Hey, man, you've had a love-hate relationship with my channel. What's going on? Shout out to you. I remember so many times you said, I'm unsubscribing, I hate you. And then you come back and then you're liking the channel and everything. What's going on? It's good to see you out here. I'm glad you're doing okay today. Shout out to you, Asia. I appreciate you being as part of the subscribers and everything. But let me see. The Francois said, I don't see Athing beating Miller, Nasser, and Paulino right now. She should stay where she is the world leader. FloTrack. Oh, dang it. I said their name correctly. FloTrack needs to stop deceiving USA athletes. Wait a minute. They saying that she could compete? Wait a minute. Huh? Oh my goodness, they be saying this stuff all the time. Because some people come over to this channel and say, well, I don't know what everybody was thinking. I was like, if you've been listening to my channel from the beginning, I didn't think the USA had a shot in Hades to even do anything in the women's 100. And then it was a fat chance of the USA winning the 200. The best athlete I thought coming out of there would have been Allison Felix. And I said third at best. And then we went over to the men's events, and we were calling that. Now we got a couple of them wrong, but most of them were correct, spot on. That's just crazy. Where they be trying to send people off. Athing Mu, somebody that's a fair analysis, right? A fair analysis of these athletes will look at Athing Mu and think of her whole body of work, not just seeing her this year. That's called doing research. You got to look at her whole body of work and her progression and see that, oh, her 200 isn't just from 2018. They cover her when she was a youth, matter of fact, on FloTac. They cover her when she was a youth. It was this whole documentary. I think she was 16 years old, and they did that thing there. So they found her early. Maybe they just forgot. right? Or maybe they just think somebody could snap a finger and then do a progression like that because they went from 52 seconds basically to 49.5. But this year, there was no indication that she's even anywhere near Nasser, Miller Weibo, Allison Felix, Kanera Hayes. Yeah, she could probably beat Hayes in a race because Hayes may not run at her top ability. But in a if you put her in the USA Championships, no, Kanera Hayes still would have won. Allison Felix likely still would have beat her. And it still would have been in the same order, maybe fourth or fifth. I could not just see it happening. They said off topic, but I'm looking forward to Berlin Marathon. Kenenisa Bekele, Flame. Yeah, you know what? I should cover that. You know what? I'm going to do a stream of the recent world records, and then I'm going to cover Kenenisa Bekele because you know what? They really do need to be covered. They really do need to be covered. But yeah, so they said Kanoa Lyles get the record in the 200. Let me see this for a second. Let me look here. That's going to be another topic. So thank you guys for coming out. I think I'm reaching the fatigue point. We've been at this for an hour and 6 minutes. I don't want this to, because it's not that much to talk about now. That's why we're getting off a topic. I think we were done 35 or 40 minutes in. And right now we just doing this. This is more like an athletic and chill type of thing. So thank you guys for coming out. Let me see. Shout out to the people that have been at it with the Cash App. Let me make sure if anybody has come in, swooping in on PayPal, because I always got to shout y'all out. But thank you all for the contributors that have been supporting this show and everything, because I really do appreciate it. Because I know I for sure got demonetized after I was like, this is bullshit. You took down the time in the 400. Like, how you gonna take down her 400? Oh yeah, don't forget Jimariki. She about to come up. She gonna surprise some people. She right there in hiding, and people don't even know. Jimariki for Great Britain is in the 800, really doing it. They say I vaguely remember Flo Tack saying a thing had more of a chance of winning than Krauser or something similar. Madness. What? Oh my goodness! What is they smoking? Now they about to copyright strike me because they do be watching me, and other channels do be watching me. This is so crazy. Like, I'll cover a topic, and then a couple of days later, the other ones, this is what the subscribers keep sending me. And I'm like, look, I'm a tiny channel. Why are you jockeying my topics? And I know y'all don't cover these topics because I've watched y'all for years at different points, right? And y'all don't normally cover the topics like this. Are you saying like, oh, wait a minute, if we do this, we're a bigger channel, we gonna steal the shine? I'm like, okay, cool. I guess so. But this was crazy. Like the other American athletes that they don't normally cover. We cover it here. Now they start covering it over there. Like, they don't got a history. They do not have a history of doing it. That's one thing we can't say for sure. They don't have a history of not covering, covering the smaller name athletes. They do not. That is one thing I've known about them. They don't. They want to stick with the big ones. They'll do videos on the smaller ones. Yes, every once in a while, but not necessarily consistently. This channel, we going to do that. So that's what it is. Carl Johnson is my boy from Pomona. Lisa Blackman said. Oh wow. Nice. Let's see. Christine Mboma. Like this. This is politics right in your face. This is politics right in your face. So, like I said, thank you guys for coming out. I'm meandering a little bit. This has been a Head and Shoulders ATR production. Let's end it on a Japanese inspired one. Well, we got the NFTs. Remember, don't forget that. We got these too. Oh yeah, I forgot. Somebody thought this was funny, so they wanted me to put this up here. The You Got a Plant to Get High. This is the pole vault one. But then they thought I was talking about Richardson or something like that. And I'm like, really? Because it's a somewhat of a weed reference here. You think I'm talking about Richardson? Like, that's crazy. How y'all think I'm talking about Richardson just because of a reference like that? But yeah, I'm coming out with those. I'm going to come out with the Jamaica theme one right now. As you can see, this is the rare ones. I know other people are doing it for the track and field. Some of these guys are now having NFTs. I saw one up online. My buddy, he's talking about how some of the track and field athletes have NFTs. I don't want to do the images of them because I didn't do an agreement with them. And technically, according to laws, I can do it as long as I do use their name, use their likeness, and use facts about their stats. That would be covered. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to do other things around it. So if you guys want to support the channel and get a potential where you might be able to resell it at a higher price or something like that, look, not financial advice or anything, but we are a growing channel, right? Or something like that. This is called the season 1 series. Season 1 series doesn't just mean for 1 year. This actually might just be rolling for a decade, if anything. And that's just going to be the brand and logo for it with that. But if you guys want to support there, you guys can. I am going to do a giveaway of one of these because this is worth $1,100 just for one. And if you guys think that's high, nah, look at these people buying stuff for $240K that used to be $1,100 and everything just because those brands and everything went and blew up. So my whole thing with this channel, we gonna blow this brand up. We gonna talk about these topics. We gonna get everything there. It's really hard for me to make a Jamaica theme one because I'm like, dang, I can't get the design. I've tried to for a month and a half. So I hired somebody on the outside or try to get somebody on the outside that can help with that. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They said anything Mo gets better as time goes on. Lisa Blackman said, we need a 4x8 at the World Championship. Who will win, Great Britain or the USA? I'm assuming you're talking about women. Huh. Good question. Great Britain or the USA? That's going to be a close one, but I'm going to say it's the USA all day. You know why? Because we got more athletes overall in the 800 that can compete. And when it's to the men, it's not even close. The USA men would just trounce Great Britain. It's going to be more like Kenya all the way in the lead, breaks world record for men and women. Ethiopia might be competitive in the women's 800. They got 1 or 2 guys in the men's 800, but they not fast enough. The USA men probably will get second, maybe Australia. But USA women, they're probably getting second to Kenya too, if not winning the whole thing. The USA women could win the whole thing. Uganda will probably be in the top 3. Great Britain will be in the somewhere in there as well, in the top 3 or 4 or 5. So yeah. So let me see. Mark Beck said 47 seconds is difficult, very difficult to run. I honestly think the 2012 Allison should have taken that record. Just saying. The 18-year has a reverse action. She is at her max presently, 21.78. Yeah, but anyway, catch you all. Yeah, that's a good point there. I think she should have done that way back then. But catch you all on the next one. Shout out to you guys. Thank you all. Camellia, shout out to you. You've always come in with the clutch on the Cash App. Thank you guys that have contributed through Cash App, PayPal, the Patreon subscriber, and the big donors that be doing in those big bucks. Like I said, Israel, he came in out of nowhere and just dropped a decent sized bag in PayPal. So I appreciate you. I didn't see that the other day. I don't know how I didn't, but thank you. I appreciate it. Catch you all on the next video. We're probably going to do a slightly different topic on athletics and chill tomorrow. We might do another live stream, the late at night one or prime time version.